Hello.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of BFFR. We've got a very special episode for you today as we head into the holiday season, our best of episode. We've pulled together some of our favorite moments and conversations from the incredible, wonderful, amazing guests we've had on the show recently. You'll hear from Alyssa Thompson, Tiernan, Lilly Singh, Sarah Gorden, Hayley Kiyoko, Becca, Tiley, and more. Thank you to everyone who listened, watched, shared clips, sent messages, called in, and showed us love this year. We appreciate you so much, and I hope you enjoyed the episode. Okay, tell me why every year I swear I'm going to finish my holiday shopping early, and then suddenly it's mid-December, and I've gotten nowhere. At that point, I'm staring at my list like, where do I even start? If you still have a few of your special someones to shop for, Macy's makes it way easier. They've got gifts curated by persona, by category, by price point. I like that one. So you're not guessing or trying to come up with something last minute. And honestly, instead of running all over town or chasing something you saw on Instagram, just start at Macy's. You can find something thoughtful for everyone in one place. And the best part, with Macy's free and convenient curbside pickup, you don't have to use the "it's still in the mail" excuse ever again. Also, don't forget the Macy's Great Gift Sale is going on now through December 24th. You can save 30% on gifts that won't disappoint. Head into a Macy's store or order online by December 21st at 5 p.m. Eastern Time to get everything delivered in time for Christmas.
I feel like the hardest adjustment has just been like coming into training and not knowing everyone and them not knowing me as well as like everyone on the team knew me.
Yeah.
And I feel like everyone on our team like kind of watched me grow up a little bit and they know me. You guys know me super well. So it just feels weird coming into an environment where I'm new again. And I feel like just like literally how everything's run is just so different from Angel City. So it's weird adjusting to like just new ways of how the med staff works, how the gym works, how on the field works. Like I feel like I'm just adjusting to all those intricacies and like how I fit into them and what I need to do and how I tell them what's good for me and stuff. So I feel like that's been hard to adjust, but I feel like that's when you're new anywhere, like you need to adjust in that way.
Yeah, of course. I'm sure the listeners would love to know, and things have changed so much since I was at Chelsea in 2018 to 2019. How would you compare the facilities and the trainings and the players? You can be honest. Obviously, we're very proud of our performance center here at Angel City.
Obviously, Angel City's performance center is amazing, like world class. I do miss the big locker room and just all the big spaces because just all the big spaces and having a lot of room to do stuff. I feel like here, like since it is a little bit like crisp and like I don't know, like the air is a little different. I feel like the fields like just the ball moves so much nicer. I don't know, like the fields are wet and like the ball, I feel like the passes are just so like crisp when you play them.
Yes, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
We're having quite a hot, dry period over here in the valley.
Yeah, so I feel like those two things are definitely the most.
And how are you finding the speed of play? You don't have to compare to Angel City, but how are you finding the speed of play? I mean, I watched as much as I could of those first two games, obviously, to see you out there, but you can tell these players know like where each other is going to be and the movement, and I think have more possession, are attacking more, and that is obviously a great thing for you, being able to just run that wing, and you are close. We were all saying like if she just like stuck a foot out, but the ball came super fast, but like she was in there. Like we are so on it following you and Giselle especially. So yeah, would you say the team and those games so far have just been really, yeah, just a good style of play and something that you look forward to being more and more part of?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like just being able to be on the field with the team is really cool. I think how we're just able to keep possession a lot and get into attacks. I think for me, it kind of plays into my game and being able to just get on the wing a lot, staying wide, and being able to go at defenders. I feel like the coaches want me to go 1v1 like every time. So being able to have that freedom and being able to just like know that in the coming games my confidence will come is helpful. But yeah, it's just I think that has been an adjustment for me, but I think as games go and I play more, I'll be able to like do what I've been doing before. So
Well, you have clearly gotten to know the team well enough to persuade them to be in a TikTok. Who is do you have fellow TikTokers like you and Giselle? You were there regularly in that recovery room making TikToks. Do you think you're gonna have a partner in crime or a group that will be willing to join you in your TikTok era?
sadly, I don't think any of them are TikTokers or
Oh shit.
influencers. I'm gonna have to really beg on my hands and knees to get them to do a TikTok. Me and Giselle were just like would send them to each other, and then once we got to the training facility, we would know them. Like it was easy. So I feel like it's definitely gonna be difficult. There might be some by myself, but I I, I will try to convince them to do more like easy ones because I feel like they'll be okay with those ones.
Okay, so everyone knows when you're getting your teammates in there, like you're grafting. You are notice my slang, my British slang there.
Yeah.
You are grafting. You are working hard to get them to join you. So it's even more impressive. That was really funny. I also like the two girls just sitting in the back who are like, nah, that's not a bit of me. Um, ah,
You
so
know the slang.
yes. So that leads me to my next question. Have you picked up any British slang? Did Love Island prepare you? Let's hear your British accent. Let's go.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm being on the spot. Maybe you could like edit this so that I could do a couple.
Say a few and like we'll like boom,
Yeah,
boom,
you'll
boom
pick
for
the best
socials, you
one.
know? Yeah.
Um, any like phrases I feel like fussy, like instead of picky, they say fussy.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Um, what else? Uh there was a word that Kira used one day, and I just thought it was so funny. She was talking about traffic, and it made me laugh so hard. But I'll try to do a good British accent. What's happening? You alright?
That was great.
That was pretty good, you know, like, I've been watching Love Is Blind UK, and it's been pretty good. I feel like I sound pretty posh right now,
You are very
but
posh,
yeah,
mate.
I want the South London accent. That's, like, my favorite, like, Central C.
Speaking of, who is a celebrity that you're hoping to meet most in London?
Definitely Central C. Like, for sure.
Have you made any progress on that front?
Mm, no. I feel like hopefully he comes to a Chelsea game, and maybe I'm there, and, like, we meet, like, just, like, casually, like, pass by, like
Central C, if you're listening. Central C, avid listener of BFFR. You got to meet my girl. If anyone out there knows Central C, everyone tag Central C on this episode, okay? Thank you.
Oh god.
Thank you. It's bloody brilliant, okay? Okay, let's get a little bit into your Jersey background and what it's like to be a Jersey girl. So our BFFR producer, Chelsea, is also a South Jersey girl. So I have just learned that North Jersey, South Jersey, like there's a difference.
Oh, there is a very big difference, yes.
Like, what? What? Why? What is this like South Jersey
Oh,
thing?
it's a very big deal too. I don't know if it's just my family, like the way that we are, but um there's I think it's just more so like the mentality, I would say.
Okay.
Like I think people from South Jersey are like gritty and like tough and like blue collar, if I could like use that term. The North are more like in soccer terms, I would say they're more like fancy footwork and stuff like that. Whereas like South Jersey would just be like, go out there and work as hard as you can, and
Okay.
that's what you have to do. So yeah, I feel like South Jersey has that like tough mentality, whereas North Jersey is a little bit softer.
Okay.
And yeah, and like South Jersey says pork roll, North Jersey says Taylor ham, which just proves itself. Like
Wait,
that's not
excuse me, what? Did you just say
pork
pork?
roll. Pork roll, you know, like pork roll, like it's like a breakfast like patty. It's like pig. I'm pretty sure.
Well, if it's pork, it's a pig. But what is
Yes.
this? This is a
Well,
sausage on
it's
a breakfast
it's like
sandwich?
it's like a circular it's like a circular meat, and you just cook it, and it's like a great breakfast thing. Like, my dad would always make it on the grill in the morning when he would make breakfast with, like, eggs and a bunch of stuff. It's really good, but the container of it says, like, Taylor ham, some of the containers, but it's not Taylor ham, it's pork roll. But people from North Jersey say Taylor ham because they're not as good as people from South Jersey.
I
So,
think Chelsea would agree. She told me something similar to this. I just did not know what she was talking about.
yeah.
Okay. This is an ignorant LA question here, but where does the Jersey Shore and like Snooki and JWoww fit into the like Jersey, North Jersey, South Jersey lore?
Jersey Shore is, like, my favorite show of all time, which is probably so stereotypical, but, like, I remember it was, like, a very big thing when my sister was
I was going
in
to say, how old were you?
I was, like, probably 10 maybe watching TV show, which
The
probably
show shaped you.
like, it explains a lot. I think it's,
It
like,
does.
half my personality, I literally think. But, yeah, no, it's just, like, the same thing, I feel like. Jersey is just so, like there's so many words that I could use, and I'm trying to think. Just, like, I don't know. Like, when it comes to Jersey Shore, like, the Jersey Shore within itself is, like, the best place ever, in my opinion, one of the best places ever, because it's just, like, you have everything. You have, like, the boardwalk, you have the beach, and then you got, like, the ice cream shops on the boardwalk that are really good. You got the pizza shops that are really good. So, yeah, I feel like it's just a place to be, and in that show, they, like, party a lot, which I would say is a part of Jersey too, but like, that's pretty much anywhere.
Who was your favorite person on the show?
Oh, that's hard. I have, like, a lot. My favorite girl is definitely Snooki, and then my favorite boy, it would be a tie between Pauly D and Vinny, but it's Pauly D, because Vinny sometimes he annoys me, the stuff that he does, so Pauly D,
I
Snooki.
so randomly on my feed, something Snooki posted came up, and I was like, oh my gosh, the Jersey Shore. I haven't thought about that in 20 years. I bet nobody even knows Jersey Shore. And it was like liked by Riley Tiernan. Let's talk the gay Met Gala. And we both know what the gay Met Gala is, and that is
Angel City Games, baby, let's go!
how did the opportunity to become an investor in Angel City come about? And why was it so important to you to take it so seriously? If you have been to an Angel City game, you have seen Lilly Singh. We chest bumped at the last home game.
Yeah.
On the Jumbotron, absolutely giving her all to give us on the field energy. And she believes in us, and it means so much as a player.
Oh, well, thank you. Well, first off, let me say as a person, it's a blessing and a curse. I don't do anything half-assed. If I do something, I do it to the fullest of my
That's
ability.
true. That's true.
But
Also in your bio.
yes, so Alexis, Serena Williams' husband, is actually the one who brought Angel City to me. And it was pretty, I don't even know if you know this, it was pretty close to when the team was being announced. I was like one of the later people to be involved in it. But he
Okay.
brought it to me saying, I have this opportunity. It's for a women's soccer team in LA. I know you're a huge, and all he knew about me was that I was a huge advocate for girls and women. And so I do believe that one of my fundamental purposes on this planet is to support girls and women. Like I really, really believe that to my core and in my body. And so I people always are like, did you grow up playing soccer? Like, were you an athlete? What's the deal? And
Are
I'm
you
always like,
related to someone on the team?
yeah,
Why are you so into this?
literally. So I literally have to explain to people that I actually never grew up playing soccer. I was not athletic growing up. I know I have that facade as if I could be
Yeah,
athletic, but
I'm
not really.
shocked.
Yes, I really don't even know the rules of the game. Now, you know this. I don't really even know the rules, but
I do
I
know that.
will blindly support girls and women, and especially because,
God
well, a
love
few
ya.
things. I have a charity that's dedicated towards girls and women, and I've had the privilege of learning a bunch of things when it comes to girls and women around the world, and that is one, girls and women are the best investment you can make. They have the biggest return of investment. It is factually, statistically proven that they are the best investment you can make. Two is a lot of people view sports as just entertainment or like something exciting. But everywhere I've traveled in the world, from like the corners of India to parts of America, no matter where I am, I really believe that sports is the intervention that we don't give enough credit to, in the sense of like, I've literally been to rural villages in India where like someone will tell me, I literally prevented myself from getting married off at 14 in a child marriage because my team showed up at my house,
Yes.
because my
Yes.
soccer team taught me confidence, how to stand up for myself. Like it teaches girls and women such important skills. And the ripple effect of women's sports is so vast. Like it really positively impacts a community, a neighborhood, a country, whatever it may be. And so when the opportunity came to me to support women in sport, I was like, I don't need to know the rules of the game. I don't need to have played soccer. Absolutely 100%. And then I was like, I think it's because I'm a performer, like I've been on stage a lot. I know what it feels like to be on a stage and to either have an audience that is so invested or an audience that is checked out. And so I have a rule: if anyone is performing in any capacity, sport, on stage, stand up, acting, whatever it is, they're going to get 100% of this energy, because I know it really makes the difference when you're like,
Yeah.
you know, fueled by the energy around you. And so, yeah, that's why I'm doing those. I know, for the record, people that listen to this, I know I look ridiculous on the Jumbotron.
You
I know I'm a
don't.
fool.
You look
I know I'm a
epic.
goof,
You're a
but
legend.
I'm just out here doing it for the girly pops, you know?
Oh, it means so much. We all agree that you are the most invested investor. Obviously, some of our investors are employed by the club, but the most invested
Correct.
investor who is not employed by Angel City.
By energy, I'll take that. Maybe not by, some of them are really rich, maybe not by money, but I will say by energy, I'll take it.
We feel it directly from you, I will say.
Thank you.
When did you
Thank you.
realize, you said, I'll support girls and women.
Yeah.
When did you realize that Angel City Games were the gay Met Gala week in and week out?
Day one, game one. I have to say, so I've been to a lot of sporting events, and I'm not only saying this because I adore you and I adore the team and I'm part owner, but I don't think there's any environment like an Angel City game.
No, agreed,
It is
100%.
one of the most inclusive, positive sporting environments I've ever been to. You see every type of person cheering on these women. It doesn't matter. Like, I think there's this idea. I mentioned this at my premiere. I hate the word niche. I think the word niche has really been weaponized against minority groups. And when we talk about women, I feel like there's this idea that only women can watch women's sports. And as the t-shirt says, everyone watches women's sports.
Exactly.
But when you go to an Angel City game, you see like young boys, young girls, men, grown men, fathers, they're all cheering because talent is talent. And that's just what it is. And so when I went to like the first Angel City game, I was like, okay, cool. Maybe this is like the first game, so the vibes are high. But every game since then, there's been multiple pride flags, prides of every country, inclusion signs at every game. Every type of person is at that game. I've never felt so safe. I've never felt such an inclusive environment. And everyone I bring, from my friend, family to like a celebrity, because I try to bring the famouses, as you know, and they all say the same thing. They're like, this is such a positive, just warm environment. And that's very, very unique for a sporting event, I will say.
Well, Lilly does have literally front row seats to the game. She is on the field. And sometimes after the game, we like break it down in the huddle and I turn around and she's right there with me, which I love. You bring, like you said, a lot of public figures, which is very exciting. I could not believe when you were like, yeah, some of the cast of Bend Like Beckham, I don't know if you've seen that movie, like lost my mind. And I was bragging about that. Obviously, I'm still bragging about it, like just name dropping because what? I'm going to put you on the spot and ask you,
Okay.
who of all the cool people you've brought was the most fun and into it?
Ooh. That's a really, really good question. I brought some really fun people. Um, okay, just I can give you two. One
Fine.
is okay. I remember when I brought Zed, the DJ and producer Zed. He was over the moon. He was like, "This is so fun. I will come any single time you ask me to come. This is like the best thing I've ever been to." He loved it so much. Um, Purna Jagannathan, who is in Never Have I Ever and various other things, she really loved it as well. And she was like cheering and screaming and super invested. That's what I like to see. People know if they come to my suite, we're not just watching the game, we are part of the game. We are not the boring suite. We are cheering, we are screaming. In fact, the loudest person at every game is my publicist. She comes, she's a friend of mine, literally. Her name is Marla, and she's the loudest person in my suite. Like everybody knows if we're going to Lily's suite, we're coming correct. There's gonna be food, there's gonna be drinks, and we're coming correct. So everyone has a great time. But Zed and Porno for sure, I remember had a really, really good time.
Is there someone who's been like, Lily, I want to go? Like, do you have
So
some
many
people
people. There's
anyone in the
so many
works?
people. It is my goal to bring a bunch of people. In fact, I asked her, remember at dinner, I was like, who would be exciting to come? I want to bring
Yeah.
Brenda Song.
Yes.
Um,
Brenda.
I really want to bring Brenda. I really want to bring Priyanka Chopra and Nick Jonas one day. I would love to bring them. I really want to
We
bring
got
Demi
three
Lovato one
home
day.
games coming up. Like we
Okay,
got
here we go.
yeah.
Here we
Yeah.
go. 3 home
I'm
games left.
retiring.
Okay.
This is I guess I could
I
watch with you
know.
and them. So but it's not the
Well, you
same.
should
But
know that even if when you retire, you have a permanent seat in my suite. So
oh, Lily.
you do. Come on, girl, I got you.
Thank you. Sorry, Lucas. I'm sitting with Lily.
I'll try to squeeze both of you.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Well, before I let you go, I was wondering if you wouldn't mind sharing the story of Biyendolo and just your last name and how much it means to you. And you speak so eloquently about like the coming together of families and obviously being someone who people would have your jersey with your last name on it and you've achieved a lot with your last name, how important it was to you to change your last
Yeah.
name to Marley's.
Yeah, so I went back and forth about it a lot. Like, should I just change it legally but not on my jersey? Blah 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 blah. And what actually sold it for me was I was having my father-daughter dance and my dad just like was like, you should change your name on your jersey. And um
At the
obviously
wedding.
started at the wedding. Like I
Oh
obviously
my
started
gosh.
bawling, right? Um and so the Biendolo name, there is only, I think, 2 families in the world with the Biendolo name, and it was like it's like gifted. So in African culture, in the Congo at least, they can like just gift a name instead of like having a name passed down. And so Clotaire, Marley's dad, was gifted his last name, and then he decided to just pass it down to his boys, right? And the name just for me is, like, so special because I can, like, follow our lineage. The name there is, like, a prestigious name, whereas, no offense, but, like, Williams is obviously a slave name somewhere along the way,
Yeah.
and and I can't like, I don't know where that came from. I can't really follow the lineage. I don't know, like, what
Right.
our family name is,
Yeah.
and I think that, like, for me, having, like, such a gifted name on the back of my jersey, I was like, obviously I'm gonna do this. And then on top of that, with this like administration of that's going on in our country, I've kind of like it was kind of like a FU every time somebody like I scored a goal and somebody had to announce my name. I was like, yeah, we are like putting Africans on the map or putting like kind of taking back things. So that was like an added, but yeah, like I just kept going back and forth of like, should I do this? Should I do this? Should I do this? Should I not do this? And then when my dad was like, you definitely need to do this, I was like bawling,
Oh my
obviously.
gosh.
Yeah. And I think that it's just like the Williams name's gonna live on. It's fine. Like it's always gonna be a part of me, right? Like
Yeah, of
and
course.
now and now I just look at like the Williams jerseys of mine and my old signatures and I'm like, yeah, you have a vintage jersey now.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about the signature.
Yeah.
Did you?
I changed
I'm
it.
gonna need to see the updated signature. I feel embarrassed. I don't have anything signed by you. I'm gonna have to change that. Yeah. Did you practice a little? Like,
Yeah, I
is there a
practiced
big B? Like, is there a?
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to I'll just do it
Yes,
right
yes,
now in
yes,
my
yes.
in my
Show us.
notes.
Show
Okay.
us.
In my notes little app. Oh my
How
gosh,
many
if there's an
tries till you like decided the one you wanted? Like, did you know right away how you were gonna write it?
No, there was like a lot. And then I think I like sent a picture. Like, I think I like went through a lot of papers of just like practicing. And I also went through like, is it easy to sign it a lot of times, right? Like, can I do
Right.
this? Can I
Right.
do this a lot?
A lot and
Okay, so
fast.
a lot and fast and not. So my old one was this. So lame, probably.
Yep,
But
I've
like,
seen that. I've seen that everywhere.
just like squiggle, squiggle, squiggle. Also, Williams is like long, right? And so I was like, we gotta change this because it's long and annoying. And then now, let me do a really good one. Marley's jealous of it. Okay, this was bad. But it's like this, where it's like Lynn
Wait,
and
hold
then
on.
the
My thing
B.
is in the way. Yes. Oh, the
So
L
it's like
into
an
the
L.
B.
Yes. So like the L and the B are one. It's obviously better on paper. Duh. But then also kind of like I for the longest time was like doing W and then ILLI into like other words is hard. And then I got Biyendolo and I was like, DOLO is hard. So we got to cut both of those out. So you'll never get a Dolo. You'll just get a BN.
LBN.
And then
Okay.
LBN. Yeah, that's my name. But no,
Oh
that
my
was that.
gosh.
So then I asked people too, like if they have a Williams jersey, I'm like, do you want a Williams signature or do you want a Biyendolo signature? And people
They
are like,
probably
what are
want
you talking?
updated ones now.
To each
Well,
their own.
yeah. Well, we'll find out when you are coming back and signing all the
Yeah.
jerseys with the LBN.
LBN. Muy bien.
But yeah, when I met Becca, she tells the story better, honestly, but we met in 2018 and she was trying to hook me up with her younger sister. And I don't know if we told you the story. And
Yeah.
you want to tell it?
Yeah, I mean, I went to a party and a mutual friend that she grew up with invited me to the party, and I had just been introduced to Hayley's music a few days before because my sisters lived with me at the time, and they're both queer, and they were watching her music video, and it's her feelings music video, and she's really cocky, like pursuing a girl in the video. And I was like, who is that? And they were like, oh, her name's Hayley Kiyoko. She's really popular in the lesbian pop world. And I was like, she thinks she's so cool. And then I just kind of went on to the kitchen, didn't think anything of it. And then a couple days later, my friend sends me an invitation. She was like, do you want to go to this? And I go, that's so weird. My sisters were just watching your video. And she goes, oh, invite them too. So we were all supposed to go to this party together for her album release / birthday party. And they ended up bailing because they had work or something. And I get there and I meet Hayley. And the first thing I said something along the lines of like, why didn't you DM me back? Why didn't you respond to my DM?
Yeah.
And she like looked at me and she goes, you DM'd me? And I was like,
I grabbed my phone and was like trying to find the DM.
I was like, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So then the whole night she kept asking our friend, she was like, is Becca into girls? And she was like, no, but her youngest sister is, and she's so cute. Like, we should hook you up. And I just knew, I thought she was really cute. I liked her confidence. And I thought, oh, she'd be fun to have around. Like my sister, they would be really fun together. So we made plans for everyone to get together as a group for them to meet. And again, they bailed and they're like, we're going out tomorrow night, so tell her to come meet us. And I told Hayley, I was like, hey, they're not able to meet up tonight. Everyone's going out tomorrow night. And Hayley goes, well, would you want to,
oh my God, she just grabbed a bug out of the air.
Okay, Mr. Miyagi.
That is really sexy. Okay, continue.
And so she goes, well, do you want to get a drink instead? And I was just like, oh, no, sure. And then I was walking out the door. My sister was sitting there and I go, I've never been out with a lesbian by myself. Like,
what if she gets the wrong impression?
I think she got the wrong impression.
Definitely got the wrong.
Definitely got the right
impression.
Yeah.
So yeah, she made a reservation at Chateau Marmont, which this is part of the story and where there's room for us. And we talked for like 5 hours and shut the bar down, and that was kind of it. I didn't really go into a question of, oh my gosh, I've never been with a woman before. I just was like, wow, I've never felt that way before, and let's see what happens.
Yeah, so 7.5 years later, here we are. And
engaged.
Putting us in the Victorian era.
Yeah.
But I just thought that Miku was wild. And I was like, this was crazy. You can't write that. That's some real stuff right there.
Yeah. I'm thinking about your little sister. Did she know there was an intention to be set up?
Yeah, I told her, I go, Hayley wants to meet you. And she was a fan. So she was like, oh my gosh, are you serious?
So then
when you come to the party.
Yeah, when you came home after that date, like, actually, she's mine. Snooze, you lose.
Yeah, I was like, you missed out. Sorry. It's funny in hindsight because, like, obviously, I've been with Hayley for 7.5 years, but it would have. Thank goodness, nothing even was. The door
didn't even begin.
The door was happily unlocked, but it was never opened.
It was never opened. We weren't gonna ever be a good match. Love her.
Oh my gosh.
And
wow. Okay, BFFR fam, it's time for our best gift ever segment presented by Macy's. You can always shop your faves at Macy's.com. Lucas and I finally decided what we're getting each other for Christmas. Rollerblades. I'm a little bit nervous. I will definitely be asking for wrist guards, wrist pads, and a helmet as well. But we have this image of ourselves holding hands, cruising down the Santa Monica boardwalk. We have just moved to the west side. We are out of the valley, back in my old stomping grounds. Surprisingly, my dad now is trying to say that he would be able to rollerblade. He will not be getting rollerblades for Christmas, but you can find me and Lucas somewhere by the beach rollerblading. Hopefully, I will try to provide video evidence at one point. So that is hopefully going to be the best gift ever this holiday season. One of the things that, of course, the club does and the league does is showcase some of the players' arrival fits. And maybe you would beg to differ, but I'm not sure if you were still at Chicago, if this would be like, I feel like it's kind of an LA. Sid and I have talked about this. LA's doing it well. Gotham seems to take it pretty seriously, but I know we're biased, but we have Sarah Gorden, and you are just our fashionista, our style icon. And if you go through like any fit after every weekend on like a Monday, I'm like, there she is, because your outfits. And I mentioned to Riley when she gave you the superlative as the best dressed that that you had seen me in like a dress shirt and the training shorts, and you were like, add boots, and that's a vibe. And I found another text that I had sent you. I'm not sure if Chelsea will be able to bring the photo up, but I texted you I was getting an injection for my injury, and you asked me how it was going. And I sent you this photo of me in these shorts that I have to wear. I'm like in my flight socks. Okay, I have my Serena shirt, so obviously I love that shirt. And I'm wearing these special shorts that like they rip away because the doctor has to like rip open the shorts to access the area that he is injecting. And you texted me and you were like, this look is kind of a vibe. And I'm just like, I can't with you. I'm like, you crack me up so much. But I have a couple
on, that is the vibe.
Well, we have a photo here. It might not be the first one, but I have some of my favorite looks here. And I would just love if you could get us in your mind when you're picking out these outfits. Here, I must say, I was a little surprised to see you had your football boots in your hand with this really, really large bag. But obviously you don't have to speak exactly to this photo, but just how have you gotten into style? How do you pick out your outfits? What makes you so passionate about it? Tell us all the things and be fucking for real.
Okay, so it depends. How I pick out my outfit depends. Like sometimes in this instance, I got a new shoe, those pointed toe heels. When we were in Coachella, we all went to the outlets, the designer outlets, and we all went.
Yeah.
And so I got this new little Gucci pointed toe, and I was like, we wear pink. Like pink is one of our Angel City colors. This is home opener. Like I'm going to style something around this shoe. And so all the pink kind of just made sense to me. But I would say overall, well, one, styling, it depends on if I have like a piece I really want to wear. I'll start with that and then style around it. But I think that I'm really passionate about it because I just love the form of self-expression that it brings. It's like walking art when you put your outfit together. And that's not to say like it has to be some extravagant thing. I mean, if you put on sweatpants and a sweatshirt, you're telling people a story about how you feel that day too. And I just like that you can express yourself in that way. And also like, I would say growing up and like being adopted, I always felt like, sorry if this is too deep, but I always felt kind of, I've been thinking a lot lately too. So you asked me at the right time. I always felt like kind of different from my family in a way that they always wanted me to feel like I was part of them and like, you know, like so they would make me feel like I fit in. But what it did to me was make me want to be unique because I felt different from them. And it felt like we weren't being honest about that. And so I feel like clothes was one of the first ways that I could appropriately express that because words might have been like hard. So that I think was the beginning growing up of why I really started liking clothes and fashion and being able to dress myself.
Wow. That was deep. And I really, really liked that answer. I have 2 follow-up questions.
Okay.
One is how does how I dress? What story am I telling you when I see you every day?
Well, what did you wear today? I don't even remember.
I wore this that Lucas got at a vintage store and then realized it was like 2 sizes too small for him. So now it's mine. And I always show up in jeans or shorts or something. And then I always end up leaving in our training shorts.
Well, as long as you're not leaving in the spandex that we have yet to be able to replace.
No, that I am not the thief. Someone has been going home from training in the extra spandex we have. So there are no more extra spandex for any of the players. Sidebar. I feel like I'm telling a story of like someone who is really just at the end of a chapter trying to keep it together, but is falling apart and needs treatment every day. So she's always wearing our training kit.
Maybe. I don't know. I was going to go with you're bubbly and excited for the day, but okay.
That's when I arrive, not when I'm leaving. When I arrive, I am excited. When I leave, I'm tired. And my second question, and I feel like there will be other people out here who can relate to this. I cannot wear heels. So I get really sad. Like you just found these great shoes. You styled your outfit around it. I have not really thought about it that way. I usually have a top or bottoms that I really am excited about. And especially if it's a little bit dressier. And then I look into my closet and I'm like, and now I have to wear sneakers, preferably running shoes. So it just falls apart before I even get started. Do you have any suggestions for those of us who need really comfortable footwear?
Well, I guess I also have a question. Well, first I have an answer. I love boots. So there are boots that don't have a heel on them and they can definitely be worn. And then my second thing is, what about like a 1-inch heel? I have a bunch of heels in my closet that are like 3-4 inches. And because I have turf toe in both toes, I can't even put them on. So I'm only 2.5 inches or less right now.
Okay. I could try one. Is that called a kitten heel or is that even shorter?
Go with a kitten or boots.
Okay. I'm not sure I would, not that it matters anymore, but I'm not sure I'd be able to like wear them to a game. I would be like really just, I don't know. I feel like I need really, really comfortable shoes just to give my feet as much support as possible. But now venturing out into the world and into the studio, I might have to hit you up for advice, but I'm going to attempt a kitten heel. Thank you.
Please do.
Thank you very much. You also, I mean, I had you on my show attempting to style me 3 years ago. So if anyone wants to see that episode of Off the Ball with Eli Rallo, that was highly entertaining. But I have another person that I'd like to speak about when it comes to fashion who is not me, and that is our coach, Alex. So when Alex arrived at Angel City, insert photo here, he coached our game. Well, this is most recently, but he coached our game wearing an Angel City polo shirt, hat, and track pants. Now, what we're seeing is an evolution of Alex's style. So I was wondering if you could rate some of his looks. We could maybe do it, I don't know, on a scale of 1 to 10. You could say what you like, what you don't like. And he has told me that he is eager to listen to this and he trusts your feedback. It was actually his wife who sent these photos. So she maybe wants your feedback. Okay, let's start with the most recent here. What do we think? Like the red, white, and blue? Is this like representing Norway? Is this representing America?
I have
got the striped socks.
I have a problem with the red shoes because I don't like how our Angel City pink looks with them. So I think that to support the team better, he should not have been wearing those shoes.
Yeah. What color would have been like better with this outfit?
What color is pants? Are those black or navy?
I think they're navy. And then he has a black hat on.
Oh. Okay, this is not his best look.
Okay. What are we giving this on like 1 to 10? 10 being like a Sarah Gorden fit.
I'm giving this a 5. Sorry, Alex.
Okay, I feel like that was even generous. Okay, I didn't like the black hat and the blue pants. Okay, moving on.
This is a good fit. The crop of the jacket, the white tee, the socks with the shoes. This is a solid 8.
Okay, we had some discussions about this just with the length of the shirt, but you are liking the length of the shirt.
His captions.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure those are his wife. Anyone who follows Alex on Instagram, Ricky has been amazing working with Alex. He gets more photos than I do after a game, I have to say.
He hires his own photographer, maybe. I'm not mad at the length of the shirt. I'm not mad at it.
Okay, so this is an 8 out of 10. I think this is high praise. He's wearing the same socks this week as the one we just saw. He likes those. Feels
do you have a
Scandinavian.
picture? Do you have a picture of when he came to our meeting with slides on and then those socks that you wear with like loafers that like go really low around your toes?
I wasn't given access to that photo, nor was I given access to the really slim Burberry top. That was also a topic of conversation.
That's actually, in Black culture, that is a baby shower top that the dad wears to pretty much every baby shower.
I'll let you tell him that. Okay, what else do we have here in the bank? I mean, I'm like, the man gets a like style getting off the bus photo. This must be from his own photographer.
The pants are good. The socks with the shoes are the same, but they look good.
Are those the same socks again? Those are his favorite socks. They're the same socks.
But the top half, well, I have a question. Do you think he dresses himself?
I feel like his wife is super stylish. And so she must be laying out some pieces.
The bottom half of this outfit is her.
Yeah.
This is a 6.5.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
You like these pants though. You complimented these pants when he was wearing them at training.
These are not the same pants, Ellie.
Are you sure?
I don't know. They looked lighter in person. He needs a jacket here. This is just a t-shirt and pants. I can't rate this.
What about the matching shirt and the shoes?
I'm not into exact matching as a person, but if it works for you, it works for you. But this is not a full outfit. He needs a jacket, so 5.
Okay.
I wonder what socks he has on.
I'm hoping they're his lucky striped socks. I mean, maybe those are the games we won. I don't know. But this I felt positive about. Are we?
Yeah, this is good. This is a good 7.5.
Wow. Okay, I think that was that all the photos? I think that was all the photos. Wow. Well, thank you for your insight. I hope he'll take into consideration your feedback for next season. I will be eagerly watching. We can't ignore the fetus-sized elephant in the room that you are pregnant and training. And so right now in this moment, how far along are you and how are you feeling?
So I've just turned 7 months, just gone into my 3rd trimester, and I actually feel great. Like, I didn't expect to feel like this. I just feel a bit bigger, and like bending over now, like to put my stays on is a wee bit like, oh, I can't really squash the baby here, so maybe I need to do things another way. But apart from that, honestly, like normal. Like, I've been lucky. Like, I've not been sick, really. Like, yeah, I've had a good pregnancy.
Oh
So
my
far.
gosh. Oh
So
my
far.
gosh. Well, we are just so excited. The club is so excited. And I think it's been very powerful for all of us to see you go through this journey, to see the club supporting you, how far we've come from some of our teammates and what their experience was when they got pregnant, when they have been bringing their kids along with them to games and traveling, and their experiences and just what the mothers in this league have been fighting for. And it feels like you are just like how we have been fighting to have the future generations have it better than us. You are in this phase where you actually get to experience the consequences, the amazing benefit of having these women fight to make sure that players like you could have more support. And it must be opening our younger teammates' eyes to what is possible as a woman and in this league now. Have you talked to any of the younger players about, how do they approach this? How do they talk to you about your pregnancy?
I mean, it is amazing. Like, as you said, like, I'm so grateful for everyone that's come before me and like made changes to clubs and leagues and, made it a acceptable thing to do and changed the narrative on how people see female soccer players that are pregnant, and knowing that they can come back and knowing they can be just as good when they're back, if not better, like as other people have proven. So yeah, I definitely feel lucky to be at this stage in my career and the game's at this point now where it is supported really well, especially at Angel City. So it has been amazing. Like, I never felt like I had to pick between my career and having a baby, which is how I felt growing up. Which is nice now. Like, I think if the environment had been like this 5 years ago, I maybe would have done it earlier, to be honest. But as you say, you want to leave the game in a better place, and at least I've managed to benefit now. And now, hopefully, when I see the younger players now, I've had a few conversations with them, and I think they're like, okay, like, I can do this earlier, and I don't have to wait till I retire, which is quite nice. Because I think, as I say, like, I have been lucky in my pregnancy, and I've been healthy, and I've been able to keep training as much as normal. And I think the girls are looking at me thinking, how are you still training? Like, how do you feel and stuff? And I'm like, I'm actually fine, eh? Like, I'm good. Like, so it's been nice to see them kind of open their eyes and be like, wow, like, this is really possible.
Well, it was really cool for me. We have not really overlapped. When I was doing my return to play, you were still training with the team. And so we had a brief overlap when you were pregnant, but pretending you had a hamstring injury before you announced and were really ready to and felt safe about
Yeah,
telling everybody.
remember that day when we were overlapped and when the team would travel to the Bay and I was having like, I couldn't tell you I was pregnant, but I was having a hormonal day and I was stressed and I was like, I don't know what rubbish I made up that was what was wrong with me, but
You couldn't really say, and I was like, I don't think this is
yeah.
about her hamstring. You were
You-
like,
you
I need to be home. I need to be home. And I was like, okay, we need to take care of her. And
Yeah.
then
and I couldn't explain it. And I was like, just tell her. And I was like, nah, it's too soon. Like, I don't know. So
I've never seen you cry like that before. I feel like I've seen you cry angry tears when we've lost a game, but this
Oh, there's
was a very
there's
different.
been plenty of angry tears over the years. I'll tell you that. Tell you that for free. But yeah, no, it was yeah, you caught me at one of them moments where I was just, that was the worst bit, honestly. The first 12 weeks was the worst, having to lie to people. And then knowing that I couldn't act normal. Like, I couldn't fly into challenges and I couldn't, like, make the runs as much as normal because I was feet fatiguing too quick and not having an explanation of why. Like, having to make stories up of why I'm not myself. So I think everyone just thought I was having a mental breakdown for a while, but
Well, we all understood when you announced and we're very excited. And it is one of those things you and I have spoken about in terms of how early you wanted to tell people and even documenting it because it's you don't there's no guarantees and
yeah,
I
there's
think
like a stigma. There's still a stigma.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm so glad that now in the mid to later stages of your pregnancy, we have been able to take some amazing videos. We have when we use this ultrasound. So we got this high tech state of the art ultrasound at Angel City not that long ago. And I feel like our athletic trainer and our physios, our athletic trainer, Holly, knows how to use this thing. And so she was able to start using it on injuries and just see some of the muscle tearing and see inflammation. Yes, exactly. She saw no inflammation in Claire's hamstring. But so she started using this and it's been so helpful for the players for treatment and for diagnosing injuries or non-injuries. And then one of you had the brilliant idea to use it on your belly. And that, this was when we shrieked.
Yeah,
I mean, you still have a six-pack here.
That was, I don't know how far along I was then, but that was only the second time I'd seen it. So, like, for me, that was a shock seeing that because I hadn't seen it since it was like not even, it was looked like a little Haribo. And then I seen that and I was like, oh my
gummy
days.
bear. Look at Holly. Oh.
Yeah, Holly was buzzing. But even like just the staff, like just having like the female staff that are can kind of relate and like understand and like feel it, like it's so nice. And like being able to share that with them and like also our teammates, like that was really cool. Like just seeing everyone's reaction and how excited everyone was, because being in football, like you don't have many friends that have like had babies. Like there's not many people that have done it. So for a lot of people, even myself, it was like the first ultrasound they'd ever seen. So yeah, no, it was definitely like such a nice moment. And it's so cool we have that at Angel City. And even like every now and then Holly will be like, you want to look at the baby? And I'm like, yeah, let's go.
I'm due for a little peek here. That means we need to get into the story of how Ali Riley saved Just Women's Sports.
You texted me that and I didn't remember. Now I'm remembering. So how do you want to do this? You want me to tell?
Okay, well, I think the best way to segue in here is to talk about first how you started Just Women's Sports. Why? And why Just Women's Sports? What was the idea behind this? And how did you realize that you made it? Which I think is kind of funny because that really leads into why you almost didn't make it, because things were getting so big that someone wanted to take you off the internet.
Yes. Well, I mean, so my story I think is like very similar to a lot of folks that work in this space. I played soccer, played in college, played professionally for a little bit, and just saw that like people really liked what we were doing. And I always share this, and like I was at Stanford during the Luck era. And like our football team, very different than today. People liked football and they really rallied for football games. Right after the football team, it was the women's soccer team. Like people were amped. Like I feel like your class, Allie, like really got it all going. And by the time I got there, it was like women's soccer was like a thing people were excited about. But I just share this say, like, I just felt like I saw a lot of data points of like people genuinely being into and excited about women's, my experience was women's soccer, but like more broadly women's sports. When I stopped playing, I started working in tech and like was just like a total, like just a fan. And say this all the time. I'm a sports fan. I've been a long time Lakers and Dodgers fan. Go Dodgers.
Woo.
But I just like wanted to follow like, there's a lot of former Stanford players playing in the NWSL. Like I had friends that were playing in different leagues and like it was just very, very hard to follow along. And that just seemed very weird and off. And so, the whole idea was like, let's just cover women's sports. Like it's, like what you see on the internet, a house of highlights, a Bleacher Report, but just women's sports. And that's how we got the name. Early days, it was very confusing for people because they were like, just women. It was like, no, just women's sports. And it was like women in sports, just women in sports. No, just women's sports. Like I like crazy thinking about that. Like I remember getting a lot of pushback on the name. And I was like, this name could not be more just like on the nose. Like this is what it is. And yeah, the whole thing started as an Instagram account where I really didn't know much about media or rights or any of this and was basically just like grabbing highlights and posting them and just like using, I always said like the voice we were using, the voice. I didn't have that like language yet, but like the way we were like, by we, I mean me, was cap clips was like just like how I would send it to someone in like a text. And it just started like really growing really quickly. It went from like 0 to like 30, 40, 50,000 followers like really quickly. And I didn't know anything about social at that point. So like for me, that was like super validating that there was something here until I woke up one day and there was no Instagram account. And then cue Allie and Hayley's relationship.
So I also didn't know anything about social media except probably like you posting things. And if a lot of people liked it, you were like stoked. So Hayley and I connect. I guess, did you get my phone number or you emailed me? I think.
It was
Because,
like,
or you DM'd me from your personal account.
I DM'd you. I think like I really
I'm going to look for it.
In those early
I'm going to look for it. And like we must have crossed paths, although
I don't think so.
I don't know when it would have been because I came back for my 5th year, but you still weren't at Stanford yet. So yeah. So Quan was a senior when you were a freshman?
Junior when I was a freshman.
Junior. Okay. So yeah, we missed each other by 3 years. But I knew who you were and I got this message and we got on the phone, I think, but you said that Chelsea had filed a complaint and reported the account. So that's why Just Women's Sports was erased from the internet. And I'm in London playing for Chelsea. And I don't know what this means. I don't know why you can't just post things from other whatever. And you were like, it was just something that was going around. It was a goal. It was some like great moment. And I'm just like, I don't know, but I'll ask. Like I had been injured and had the amazing blessing of working with the social media team at Chelsea. And they were so good to me. And I loved being involved even when I wasn't on the field. And so I could just ask around and say, do you know what happened? And like connected you to someone. And
they rescinded the complaint and we got the account back. I honestly like reliving this story is giving me so much anxiety all over again. And like, I feel like at that point this account had been growing, but all we had was an Instagram account. And I was like running around being like, guys, see, people care about women's sports. We're going to do this. We're going to build this media company. And we had just taken on a small investment from an investor.
And then it was like the next week, the account is gone. And I'm like, I have no idea what this means. I have no idea why it's gone. I have no idea where to go. And like, you saved Just Women's Sports. Like, I mean, I still think I was always like cautiously optimistic we were going to like figure it out. But like, you're the one that figured it out. This is what I'm talking about. Of people who are just like, yes, random girl who like, I guess we went to the same school. I'll take your call. And yes, I'll help you out. And like, yeah, you saved JWS.
Duda Pavão. We're here in San Jose. This is a very special episode of BFFR. We literally just walked off the AT&T blue carpet from the NWSL end of season awards like 1 hour ago. We're glammed up. We are glammed up. You look stunning, by the way.
We still got the lashes.
Lashes on. Lashes on. Thank you so much for joining me and talking all things 2025 NWSL season and the championship game.
Thank you, Allie, for having me. Are you kidding me? Is this real? Is this like people are like, you're recording our FaceTime right now?
Oh, Duda, this is coming out in a couple days. This will come out 2 days after the final.
Okay.
So we're going to have to get into our predictions. But first, talk to me about being a presenter, a content creator, and the NWSL final. Like, you are going to be everywhere. And how different is this from, let's say, when we met? Like, the growth of the game and these opportunities to cover women's soccer.
It is unbelievable, Allie. Like, truly. From when we met, just so people know, we met in Orlando when you were playing for Orlando Pride.
2020.
2020. Yeah, 2020. And then I left Orlando Pride 2022, February, to become a freelancer. But when we met, I was running around, shooting all the content on social media for the Orlando Pride account. I was editing. I was setting up my tripod, recording a stand-up. It's very different. And we can see, I was actually just talking to some of the players now, one of the nationwide nominees, to see the growth in how insane this week is just unbelievable. We just got off the carpet for the NWSL Awards. This structure, the live show, can you imagine that?
On TV, 5 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2, the award show was on TV.
Yeah.
We couldn't even get our games on TV, let alone an awards show.
Yeah, throwback to the Go 90 days. That's when I was there. But no, I mean, it has been unbelievable. And I think it is my favorite week of the year for the NWSL because I get to work with so many different brands, so many different people that were connected throughout the season. But this week is the week that everyone is here. And then we get to celebrate and party a little bit at night, but also work a little bit during the day. And now I'm happy that you're here again.
I know, we're actually in the same hotel. We're just, Duda's like a few rooms away. The internet is quite good. I have to give a shout out to the AC hotel. Okay, so let's give people a little like BTS on the awards show. So you were there with Nationwide. What were you doing before the show when I saw you in your beautiful blue dress?
Oh, thank you very much. I was matching with the carpet, obviously.
Yeah, she was camouflaged. We could just see her beautiful face and hair.
Yeah, I had to hold a sign like, Duda, so people can see me. Yeah, so it was so much fun. Basically, Nationwide, I was interviewing their nominees for the Lauren Holiday Impact Award. So we just asking some like fun blue carpet questions. And then I saw you with your beautiful dress and Lucas looking sharp.
I have to say,
some other questions on the carpet.
The nominees for the Lauren Holiday Award, all of them were able to give a good chunk of change to their organizations that they were supporting. I love how, first of all, Lauren Holiday is an angel walking on this earth. I'm not sure how much I've shared about the fact that not only did Lucas and I get married at Drew and Lauren's house, but they offered my parents their guest house to live. So my parents moved in the night before our wedding in January and are there right now at this very moment. They've lost their car keys, but they are at the guest house. So shout out to Lauren Holiday and investing in this award and the money that goes out and makes a huge difference. Sam Hyatt won, we found out tonight. And she came backstage and got to call her mom. I was doing this thing with AT&T, and so she called her mom, and just her mom, like her family was so proud of her, so happy that she could help and contribute and make an impact on so many people's lives. And that's definitely one of my favorite parts of this week. Like you're saying, of course, we are recognizing the talent in this league, but the players in this league as people really are making a difference and using their platform. So I'm so glad you were part of it, and Lauren was there with her kids, and it was really, really special.
It was so special. It was just so much fun, the entire event. I do have a recommendation for next year. We need more time on the carpet because
Yes.
everyone wanted to walk the carpet. It was such a of course you dress up. You want to take a photo on the carpet.
Yeah.
I got my photo with Ali before the show. We're not done.
Yeah, luckily we got there super early.
Yeah.
But I totally agreed. It like
Yeah.
bottlenecked kind of. So I don't know if they realized so many players were going to come. Like, I think the whole Washington Spirit came. They trained early in the morning. Was talking to Croy Bethune. She said they trained hour and a half, and were like out of there. Everyone looked stunning. I mean, the players dressed up so well. Trinity's custom jersey corset.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So they all looked so good, but I was kind of like, wait, do they have to train after this? But they had trained before, and I don't think they expected so many people. So all the players were kind of smushed on the side, and only a few at a time would come on and talk to. I was doing the mini mic with Michelle Lozier and then Soccer Girl Probs and the Athletic, but it was kind of, you had maybe 6 players at a time. So all the other players were just there waiting. There wasn't just like a place where you could come and get your picture taken.
Yeah.
So that definitely under the lights and everything would be same.
I would say we can write a letter for next year and request
Yeah.
a longer.
Well, maybe we just send the link to NWSL for this episode of BFFR.
Jessica.
To Jessica. Yeah. A lot of our listeners are maybe a little more millennial than Gen Z, and you write about conquering the quarter life crisis, but I think it can apply to a third life crisis as well. What does that phrase mean to you now? I mean, you're planning a wedding and you have this book on a bestseller list. What does the quarter life crisis mean?
I think it's just like a sort of reaching of age that like you've been climbing toward. Like, I think like when you're a young person, there's so many like milestones. Like there's like, okay, like preschool to kindergarten, kindergarten to elementary, elementary to middle to high school, then high school to if you go to trade school, if you go to college, if you go into the workforce, and then after college, post grad, and then you have your post grad years. Then it's all of a sudden like you've arrived. And it's like, but you've arrived to what? Like when I got to that point, I was like, wait, what the fuck? And I don't know what I expected, but it like wasn't like, I don't know, like reality was so like grave. It was so like grim. It was so like intense. It was so isolating. So I feel like it's a very common thing, especially for Gen Z and millennial women. I think we have a lot of a lack of mentorship in the way that like we're kind of the first generation that has the level of mobility and access that we do. And like for the first time ever, we're like living alone, putting off motherhood, putting off marriage.
Yes, that's a big one. Yeah.
You know, we're also accessing spaces that we never had access to. We're in positions of power. We're out earning men. Like all of these things that kind of are unprecedented for young women. And so we can't really look necessarily to our moms and grandmas, maybe more our moms, but like the women before us to be like, how do we handle this? Because it is so new. And that's such a good thing. Like that's such something to celebrate, but it can be very daunting to be like, this is like, we're the first.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it is so different thinking about how we as women, in the world we're in, the society we're in, and just what our values and our principles and our collective voice and being connected on social media, having inspiration like you, reading books like yours. And it is, I think that's probably why so many people connect to public figures, and when someone is willing to share like you what you're going through, how you think about things, because our guides are almost our peers now instead of someone who was in the generation above. It is really different.
It's so different.
I don't think of peace when I think of penalty shootouts. And this is my chance here, okay, to talk to the best of the best about penalty shootouts. What is going through your mind? First of all, do you love them or do you hate them? Like, is this like, this is my time to shine? There's no pressure. Like, if I make one save, we could win. Like the kickers, they need to score their goals. Like, what is going on?
I think I embrace them. I don't think
Okay.
that I would say like I love 'em, like this is my time. Like I definitely
Okay.
I but it's also like it's not crippling. It's not like, "Oh my gosh, what are we gonna do?" Like I
Yeah.
think it's a all right, here we are. Like we've prepared for this. Like we've gone through all the training, we've done all the studying. This is part of the game. It's a cruel part of the game. It's a horrible way to lose. It's just like yeah, it's just like brutal. But I think um I embrace them. It's, the more that you can be in the moment with it, it's like kind of a blackout moment. It's like you almost get like put into a trance a little bit.
Mm.
Like it ends and you're like kind of snap back and you're like, we good? Did we win? Did what? It's just
You have looked entranced when I've watched you in
yeah.
penalty shootouts.
It's like as if all the calculations are going on, like it's
Yeah.
like remembering everything that you're studying and learning. But
Well, so we saw in the Euros, and obviously it's nothing new, that there will be a water bottle or your goalkeeper coach has some kind of signal to remind you kind of when you see who the taker is, what their tendency is, because that is a lot to remember. Is that when you are preparing for the chance of going to a penalty shootout or even an NWSL game, if there is a penalty, how much have you memorized the tendencies of the most likely kickers on each team?
I memorized everything. I think for me, that's what kind of it was an exercise in it was funny, people would look at me sometimes because 'cause I'd be, like, at the breakfast table. I remember even, like, the morning of, like, the Netherlands game in the Olympics, and I'm like, my eyes are closed, I'm thinking everyone's like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh, the PK's in my head," like, and I'm going back through all the videos and the, you know, playing percentages and all of that, and it's just there's and every goalkeeper, like, you have your different styles. I mean, Nick Rimando has written articles about he was an incredible goalkeeper when it came to saving penalties. He's written articles about his style and what he sees and what he thinks. Um, even before 2019, the coaches were reaching out to, "Hey, Brad Gazan, like, what do you do?" Like, they're studying to him how, like, all different techniques of different things to look at. And then it comes down to, like, at the end of the day, I mean, some goalkeepers, it's like if you've got a shootout, they'll always go the same direction and hope they can always
Mm,
win. That's where it becomes a little bit different, like, if it's a shootout versus, like, an individual
right.
penalty is I've had some that in their brain, they go, "Okay, I'm going, like, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2," like,
Oh
and they
my
just
gosh.
it's like everybody has their different things, and it's like you study all of them and you play around with it kind of all year too to see what works for you. And then it's like whatever you get comfortable with, and for me, it was I still had, like you have, like, your little, forms and stuff. Obviously, the best kickers in the world, they can they do that too. They study us just as much as we study
Right.
them.
Right.
It's part of the game. It's such a mind game at this point of,
It is.
she knows that I know that she knows that I'm
Yes.
going here, so do I go where she thinks that she knows I'm gonna go?
Yes.
Or is it like
God.
so there's I mean, it's then it just comes down to the execution of it, but I never wanted to have to have that, like, moment of panic of, like, "Oh my gosh, where's my thing?" Like, I need to look at it, like, I forget. So I always would just, like I try to memorize as all of it. That way I didn't have to I could kind of, like, lock into the moment because, like, all jokes aside, like, I did kinda get into a trance, like, in the stuff, and I'm just, like, replaying in my mind all the different things, like, I didn't wanna have to break that to be going and worrying about, like, "Wait, what side is it on a towel? Is it on a bottle?
Mhm.
Is it,
Mhm.
like is it written on my arm?" Like, I didn't wanna have to, like to me, those were all external things that
Yeah, just
easy
rely on yourself.
with, like, internally, they're all of the that's how I like to be able to do it. sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. But
Hey, for you, it worked a lot. Let's be honest here. All right, that's it for this week's Best of BFFR episode. Thank you so much for listening and being part of the BFFR community. We love you so much. We appreciate every single one of you for tuning in and supporting the show, and just wishing you a great holiday season and an even better new year.